Hello everyone. So as all of you know, life on Earth is possible because of the energy that comes from the sun. Around half of the light reaching our atmosphere actually passes through the air and the clouds to the surface. Then it's been absorbed and radiated upwards. Around 90% of the heat is then absorbed by greenhouse gases and radiated back toward the surface. All of this implies that we live in a greenhouse. Greenhouse gases emitted from human activities have increased. What does all of this mean? The answer is simple. The more human activity there is on Earth, the more greenhouse gases are emitted. The effects of this are translated into climate change, which is bad for our health and environment. And did you all know that half of the carbon emission created are actually green, generated from the production of electricity? So, using solar street light will reduce these effects. Solar power is getting increasingly popularity as a dependable source for street light all over the world. Some of the benefits associated with solar street light include reduced dependence on the conventional energy and less reliance on the national grid. Solar streetlights also are a delight for the environment around the world, as it can provide significant lowering of carbon footprint of individuals, homes, and businesses. In other words, solar power lights are a perfect green lighting solution in terms of cost. Solar streetlights are a better investment than conventional streetlight. So, let's present to you our solar streetlight design.
These are the topics we will cover in this business proposal presentation.
Lebanon is considered a very small country which comprised of a few cities and a lot of towns and villages. The thing about the towns and villages in Lebanon are that they are considered to be very isolated. Therefore, access to healthcare, power, public services, and large markets are very hard to come by, where Deni is no exception. Due to constant wars and political corruption caused the country as a whole to suffer greatly, which resulted to a country that never recovered. Poverty rates are at an all-time high. Infrastructure never recovered since 2006 second war between Lebanon and Israel. Electrical companies also suffer a great deal. Power loss is a severely major issue, and it is due to mismanagement, grid loss, and technical losses. Just a few days ago, Lebanon officially defaulted in their economy, which increased the rage of the population and created many riots. Communication is a huge role in this project due to the fact that it will be installed overseas. There are language barriers, securing permissions, and having permissions to connect the system to the grid. In order to connect the system to the grid, it is important to establish communication and partnership with the Ministry of Electricity and Water. Currently, the Ministry of Electricity and Water are sending invite applications for foreign companies to start projects in Lebanon. One of their objectives are to list the following: an organization or company, basically stating the name of our company. Provide a name of who oversees the project. Email, where are we located? What is our plan for the project or company that we can find some way to work together. Currently, Lebanon has partnered up with other international organizations as well, such as UNICEF, EU, USAID, LCEC, SISSAF, in order to fix some of the problems that Lebanon faces. Partnering up, or at least knowing what they have done, there would be a great resource to support our project. Governmental institutions are probably very crucial to this project, due to the fact that permissions and other agreements must be established before starting the project. I managed to contact the mayor of Wardeni in order to secure permissions to travel to Lebanon and to start our organization. The mayor was also gracious enough to provide our team with a plot of governmental land to begin the project as soon as we're ready.
Howdy, it's your boy, Ronnie, and I will be covering competitive analysis. Based on a 2012 International Finance Corporation report, globally it is estimated that the underserved spend $37 billion on poor quality energy solutions to meet their lighting and cooking needs. According to the 2019 World Bank report on the Lebanese energy sector, Electricité de Liban, or EDL, a vertically integrated national electric utility, has been in a fiscal deficit since 1992. The Ministry of Energy and Water, or MU, has reported losses on the grid to be 40%, 15% corresponding to technical losses, while 25% is due to mismanagement. Subsidies to the sectors have been steadily rising over the years, reaching $1.3 billion in 2017 and $1.8 billion in 2018, about 3.5% of Lebanon's GDP. EDL is dependent on imports of fuel oil and natural gas, adding to the country's current financial deficit. In order to boost resilience to power failures, self-generation is estimated to represent up to 30% of all electricity generated in Lebanon. This means that 30% of Lebanese are paying double electric bills, one in the form of EDL and the other in the form of fuel supply. Due to this, Lebanese consumers currently pay the highest electric bill, while unfortunately experiencing the most unreliable and lowest quality service in the region. Due to these factors, Lebanon has a need for reliable and affordable electrons, and this is a service that our organization can provide. There's a demand for cheap and reliable lighting and electricity, community support up to the local government level, improved air quality for residents, there's available land, and the World Bank, along with the IFC and IMF, have presence in Lebanon. Hello, it's me again, Ronnie. We'll now be covering the business model. In regard to this model, I applied the MOGSA hierarchical decision model to help maintain focus on the mission, develop objectives to accomplish the mission, and so on. So, starting at the mission level, we see that we want to partner with communities in providing a reliable, affordable, clean lighting and energy service through distributed renewables. In order to accomplish this mission, I set these as the objectives. Develop a constant, transparent, fair billing model, financing, develop a reliable and affordable grid-connected PV system, and partner with communities in understanding their annual load demand and what's not being delivered by EDL. So the goals that were developed to meet these objectives, we have organization database of load demands, or developing an organization database of load demand, a debut streetlight project, along with seeking initial partners, initial investment, and a sort of net metering system to model our billing. And at the strategy level, to reach those goals, I have load analysis of Wardenia neighborhoods, load analysis of roads with heavy foot traffic, partner with mobile network operators, partner with rural government institutions, partner with existing mini grids, seed financing, crowdfunding, and technology research and acquisition. And through these arrows, I show what system is connected to what in a sort of system to element sort of diagram. And with a further pairwise comparison, we could then develop a sort of scoring system to actually develop a plan for which action to take first. Here's Ronnie in the financial proposal slide. We understand that crowdfunding is our route for acquiring initial financing. However, we believe our organization should transition to seed investors early in the planning phase. This will allow the team to focus more on accomplishing the streetlight projects rather than planning fundraising efforts. Bolt, First Round Capital, 500 Startups, Y Combinator, and Start Engine are firms that fund startups at the pre-seed and seed stage and could be potential partners.
It's Morgan here to talk about service development. So since our business is providing a service, it is not a product, so therefore service development. The solar streetlight project is only the beginning. This business has the potential to expand to residential partnerships with community members, commercial partnerships with large or small businesses, governmental partnerships with anywhere between the military or other governmental entities, or we could even partner up with the EDL, which is Lebanon's energy department, and their project working on mini grids that will be tied to the main grid. As for our solar streetlight project, we decided to use 20 70-watt AC high-pressure sodium bulbs. This is the most common bulb used in Lebanon for streetlights. We, from that load, calculated that we needed 24 lead-acid batteries coming in at 250 amp-hour capacity and 12-volt nominal voltage. Our optimized tilt angle, optimized for winter of course, was calculated to be 47.6 degrees, and that would be applied to the panel mounting. The insulation for the Lebanon area is approximately 4.8 kilowatt hours per meter squared of solar electromagnetic energy. And from all of this, we calculated that we would need 19 Panasonic solar panels of that part number.
In this section, we'll be talking about the development costs for the whole project. We took assumption that the cost of the whole project is just until the project is running and complete. Project will be operated in Wardaniya, Lebanon, and we will need 5 people to build and run the project. So here's a breakdown of all the systems and the costs. For batteries, we'll need 24 of them, $450 each. Bulbs will need 70 watts high pressure sodium, 20 of them around 26.25 each. Panasonic solar panels, 19 of them for $350 each. One inverter for around $900, and wires, we calculated that we'll need around 220 meters, which is 722 feet, and that's $45 for every 25, every 250 feet, around like $150. And discharge controller, as the system required 198 amps, we'll need 40 amps charge discharge controller and one photo switch sensor. The whole total cost around $20,000, and we believe that with that $20,000 plus the expense of the worker, the project will be complete. So, and then this is our project, and our team, we believe that this project is the first step for a better future. Thank you so much for listening, and please consider us. We're open for suggestion. Thank you.